So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you how my page got suspended, right? How my page got suspended, and as you can see, this is the page that got suspended. They said we suspended your page, and this is because this page goes against our community standards, right? So I created this page for like 2 weeks, and I was creating content, and the kind of content I was creating didn't go viral. So I switched my content strategy to controversial content, right? So at this point, I was using AI to create content of Donald Trump, right? So when I started creating the content of Donald Trump, like 2 weeks, the page just blew up. Engagement started coming, likes, follow, all of that. So in the space of less than 2 weeks, it got over 100,000 followers, and it was like 2 days to for the page to be to be 30 days old, and then I received this message that my page has been suspended, that it was because I'm trying to impersonate. So the things I learned why I was managing this page, I'm going to list what I learned, the mistakes I made, and the lessons I learned. So number one, when I wanted to create this page, my first aim was to test whether or not, if you are in Nigeria, if you are able to create a page in the US or any other country of your choice, right? So when I wanted to create this page, I changed the location of my phone, right, to US, New York to be precise. So I changed the location of my phone, and then I created the page. Now, to be sure that that worked, we're going to go to monetization, right? And then you can see subscription. They say let your the criteria has been met, right? The criteria have been met. So out of the 4 criteria, all of them have been ticked, right? And this is because if you are familiar with content on Facebook, Nigerians are not allowed to use subscription yet. Nigerians are not allowed. So if you see any channel, any page, right, that has subscription, it means that the page is created in the United States or any other all those European countries and all of that. So, but if you see a Nigerian, right, who has a page that has subscription turned on, it means that the manager or the person is in the US or this other some of these countries, European countries, right? So to know that that worked, this criteria being met show that that worked, right? Change your location, then create a Facebook page from that location, and then Facebook will now say, yeah, this page was created in the US. But before the page even got suspended, when I applied for the subscription, they told me that because I am managing the page, right, my profile that is managing the page is seem to be from Nigeria, that I will not be able to, they are not going to give me the subscription. And that means that if you create a US Facebook page, it means that when it is time for monetization like this, if you have anyone in the US or Canada or some of these countries like that, it means that you're going to hand over your page to them to become manager, right? So they are the one that will set up the process for you, right? So that when the process is being set up, you can now maybe they return the ownership of the page and all of that to you. So that is one thing that I learned. Then number two is, when you are creating content on Facebook, you should, if you are using AI to be precise, you should always identify it as AI content, right? I think one of the reasons why they tagged the content as impersonation was because I didn't identify it as AI, right? And people in power, their words are powerful, and if you use their faces, right, or their identity to create content, it means that you are demeaning their personality, or when they say something, their words are powerful. So if you identify it as AI generated, they themselves will know that this is just for fun. This is AI generated content. So I think one of the mistakes I made was that I did not identify it as AI generated content. And so how do you do it? When you want to post a content, right? When you want to post a content, though I cannot post content now because it's been suspended. So there's a space for you to identify it as AI generated content. So that is something that you should take note of. Then what else did I learn from it? What I learned from it is when you start out a Facebook page newly, and you are creating content around a specific area, be open to test the different kinds of content, right? Be open to test different kinds of content, and when you begin to test, and the kind of content that go viral is the one that you should begin to focus on. And one thing I also learned is when the traction is then when your content begin to go viral and it has picked up, your own is just to make sure that the momentum does not go down, right? Keep on bombarding the page with content back to back, and that is going to keep your page going, right? So if you allow the momentum to go down, in for you to make it to pick up again, it's going to take you a while. It might take you a week or 4 days thereabout, or more than a week. So when the momentum is high, just keep on with the momentum, keep posting and all of that. So those are the things that I learned from this page. And yeah, I wanted to go live, right? With the page, they say that I know that the page is the Facebook the profile is suspended, but I think one can still go live. I was also trying to test if I can go live, but they say that for a page to go live, it has to be at least 60 days old, right? So at this point, this page is not up to 60 days old. So maybe after it has crossed the 60 days old mark, I'm going to test if it will go live, right? Or if the suspension is also going to affect me going live. But if it doesn't, I will go live and then start creating maybe live content, pending if they will take the suspension, they will lift it or not. So it was kind of painful, right, for a page like this to get suspended, but it wasn't that painful because I was using it to test something, to try and see what works and what doesn't. So it was like an experiment. So yeah, those are the lessons I learned. And yeah, so if you're a content creator and you are creating content using AI, don't ever forget to identify your content as AI generated, right? And yeah, to even remind you also, I posted the same content to YouTube, right? And the channel got removed, right? So if you are creating content either on Facebook or on YouTube and it is AI generated, don't forget, right, to make it clear that it is AI generated, right? So I know that might help. I know this has helped, right? The information I've given has helped in one way or the other. So So in my subsequent video, I will show you how you can change the location of your phone, right? So how you can change the location of your phone, right, to any country of your choice. Yeah, and then maybe create a Facebook page that is from that location, right? So I'll see you later. Bye.